Mouse and Weens and a mouse and Weens and a mouse and Weens and a mouse and Weens and a
Hello,
hello.
we're back.
Mouse and Weens, number 6. We're here, ready to go.
How's it, Weens? Guess what? This episode is called Drunk Mouse because she just did a shot of chocolate vodka and drank a glass of wine.
I'm on wine glass number 2. Yeah. It is Friday. I had a little one that stayed home sick today. So Mama deserves her wine, and my husband's on his way home. Kids are fending for themselves right now. Like
They're making top ramen.
They're making top ramen. My 12-year-old is basically a chef. He can make his own top ramen and microwave popcorn. So I know they can survive without me for 10 minutes, and I'm taking advantage of it. Wahoo! Happy Friday.
Very exciting. Do
Yeah.
you feel a little saucy already?
Yeah, I'm kind of burpy. Sorry, this might be a gassy one. I took, chocolate vodka. It was left over from this Christmas drink that we did, and it's a little on the sweet side. Not sure if it goes well with red wine.
What'd you do when you guys had like a hide and seek with all the adults?
Oh, yeah. It's called Sardines. It was so much fun. All right, this was last New Year's, but you get one person's it, and everybody goes and hides. And so when the it person, how does this work? No, that's wrong. One person hides. Everybody's it. And then when you find the person, you have to hide with them. And then the next person has to find the 2 people that are hidden and hide with them. So it's called Sardines because one person will be hiding in this weird little closet, and you all have to pack in there until the last person is left by themselves walking around looking for everybody. And we played it in my house with all the lights out, and it was hilarious. It was so much fun, and it was scary. It gives you that like little thrill, like when you're a kid and playing Midnight and the ghost is out. What was that game we used to play? Yeah, and it was great. It was fun, except I was kind of embarrassed because my friends were all over here and the kids were all asleep upstairs, and we couldn't go in the kids' rooms, but they were hiding in weird places in like dirty closets. Like my friend climbed up on top of this bank of cabinets, and she laid like she's like this teeny little 5'2" little elf. She climbed up and like laid so flat we couldn't see her over the crown molding of this shelf, and but she got all dusty because I never dust up there, so that part was kind of embarrassing.
That's blasphemer.
How dare I?
What dare you?
Yeah, I know.
Uh-oh. Mouse is drunk, said a mouse is drunk, said a mouse is drunk.
What'd you do today? I want to hear about your day. You were just calling me from the road, and then we switched over, you got home, but what was your day like?
Well, I could tell you what my real day was like. My day should have been that I was out location scouting all day from 8 in the morning until the nighttime.
That's right. Hear that, bosses? She was out scouting all day long.
What secretly happened is I stayed here because I'm ordering a camera package from New York, and I was here until like 10:30 or 11 trying to figure out what camera to get because I'm going to Amsterdam on Tuesday in a few days.
That's so cool.
Shooting the celebrating David Bowie concert in Amsterdam on Wednesday night. So I fly out Tuesday with Angelo Moores, the singer of Fishbone, and I'm with his girlfriend Michelle Harper.
Say that again, the singer of Fishbone, people. This is like no little thing. You're in.
This is a big deal, guys. I'm a big deal. I just want to tell you. But he's rad. He's the best guy. He's one of the main performers of this show that is a standout guy. They did a show in Wiltern a year ago for David Bowie's 1-year death anniversary, and he did a rendition of Moon Age Daydream. I'm an alligator. I'm a mama papa whoop. Do you remember this song?
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah. So he did a wonderful version. Anyway, so he's doing the European tour, and they have gone and played a couple shows already in Paris and 2 in London, and I'm going to fly out on Tuesday, and I'll get there Wednesday morning. So it's an all-night flight. Wednesday morning I'll get there, and then get off the plane, and then have a few hours, and then I shoot the show in Amsterdam, and the next day get on a train and go to Berlin.
Dang.
And then have a day off, and then shoot the show in Berlin. And guess who has an old shitty camera? You'll never guess.
You?
That's me.
But I thought you just bought like some new awesome camera. I remember when you went through your last project. And
that was like 7 years ago.
Oh, things changed that much?
Yeah.
Well, then.
So it's like a train wreck. I'm doing this rush package of at B&H in New York is a good camera store, and now I have to learn how to use this. But the thing is coming on Monday, and I leave Tuesday. I have to learn a whole new camera.
Oh, wow. Wait, so you can't change your ticket? You were talking about changing your ticket, but that's
I wanted to change the ticket because, the whole thing today is I doubled up on 2 TV shows to do scouting on 2 TV shows in order to...
Can you name the TV shows?
One is called Last Man on Earth.
And I love that one. I love it. That's awesome. We've got our Kristen Shaw and our Will Fort and...
Forte.
Is it Forte?
Yeah. Fred Armisen was just on, and Kristen Wiig was a guest, and Jack Black, and...
Oh my God.
And this is my whole thing. I love Fred Armisen, and, it was a few weeks ago that he was the main... It's already aired, so he plays the cannibal in an episode. And awesome. I got to meet him, and I do this weird thing when I get a little nervous around celebrities. If I really... I'll, go up and go, hi, and hug them. And it's really awkward. And I do
Some random lady with long arms coming up for a hug. That's good.
Random. I did it with Fred Armisen. I also work on that show Ghosted, and with Adam Scott and Craig Robertson. And it was the first day I was working on Ghosted with Craig Robertson. And he looks at me and smiles.
Dude from The Office, right?
The black guy from The Office. Yeah. And also Hot Tub Time Machine, which people like him in that. And he looked at me and I went, hi! And he goes, hey! And I gave him a big hug, and he gives me a big hug, and he goes, good to see you. And I said, you too. He goes, what's your name again? I go, and he goes, do I know you? And I go, no. And then he goes, oh, I thought you looked familiar, but I wasn't sure. But then you went in for the hug, and I said, I know. I didn't know what to do. I kind of went, I'm a hugger. And he goes, oh, okay, well, hello. And then that was really awkward first day on set.
See, that could go one of two ways. That could make someone really comfortable, like, yay, we went right for the hug. Yeah. She's my bud. Or it could be that exact situation. So did you talk after that? Was that it?
Well, it gets weird because then they realize I'm in this kind of lowly position. And, I'm not there's a status thing on film sets, too, I think.
Cast and crew? Is it crew and then there's cast? Is it a whole thing?
Kind of. Ooh, my voice just oh. Well, it's just weird because then you get, you're like, hey, cool. And then you, what else do you talk about? And then they're like, and then you, get stuck with them for 14 hours a day. Not stuck with them, but you know what I mean. You're, sitting around the snack cart for 15 hours, and then you're like, yeah, well, so much for that big intro that kind of peters out and you stand around with some
loud hugs.
No, he's a nice guy. He's super sweet, and so we now hug each other occasionally, but,
Is he a good hugger?
I don't think he's a great hugger.
He seems amazing. Like he would be. Although I saw him when I was in New Orleans in our hotel lobby, and I did the whole thing where I recognized him, said, should I do something? Should I go say something? And then said, no, he's probably enjoying his time. I'm just going to leave him alone and pretend like I don't notice. And is that the normal thing to do? Or should you seize those moments and run up and say hi? What do you do?
What do you think?
I'm asking you. No, you're in the business, so you probably are like, oh, it's all cool, it's fine, whatever. You probably don't say. In fact, you told me a story the other day. You were having breakfast next to...
Oh, James Franco and his brother.
That's right.
That was kind of at the Cafe Tropical on Sunset. And it was weird because someone that hot... My cat keeps trying to sleep on the computer. She's going in for it, and then she gets closer and closer. And then she kind of just like lays by it.
Speaking
And then
of
as soon as I
hot.
don't look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot cats.
So now I have to move and then I feel guilty when I move it because now she watches it like slowly move
Why?
away.
Just because it's warm? Or is it because it's like
it's
what
warm.
you're looking at? She wants you to look at her. This is like my
it's
children.
a warm thing.
Yeah, if my children notice me paying attention to something, then they need to pay attention to it too. Like looking at my phone. I sit there and I look at my phone, and then they like ask, "Can I play on your phone?" and want to grab it out of my hand. It's bad.
Yeah.
Guilt,
I know.
mom stuff.
It's,
Okay, back to Franco. Wait, so he's hot. He's cute, hot, or like hot
Well, when
in the
someone's
news
really... You're drunk. I can
A little
tell.
bit, sorry.
I know. You're like, wow, she becomes a real investigative reporter.
That's
Listen
right.
to this.
Well, Franco's in the news big time. Have you been following the news?
The Room is hilarious.
Yes, but now he's being Weinsteined. Not that he doesn't deserve it. I don't know. There's a whole New York Times piece on him and all the injustices that he has done to all these actresses with he had a film school, like an acting school, and directed all these things. And do you read it? Do you know about it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Like, you know.
He's a weirdo.
Well, I don't know. I kind of fell back in love with him. Like, I loved him from afar early on. He was a handsome guy, cute, whatever. Then he did all his artsy-fartsy stuff that I kept kind of hearing about in the news. So I was like, weird. But then I heard him on a podcast, the Mark Maron podcast, WTF, what the fuck, whatever. And fell back in love with him. He was kind of cool. Like, I kind of get it. Like, he explained why he went through all his phases and his acting methods and all his stuff and his love of Seth Rogen. Just that he started out as a nobody. He was, like, in jail. No, not in jail. He had done something where he was up with I can't talk. The judge was going to throw him into juvie or something, and he could either get his act together or go to juvie. So he got his act together, got a job, but he didn't have a car. Like, he crashed his car or something. Too many details. Anyway, he realized he needed to take himself seriously and go to acting school. And when he goes in hard. So he went to, crazy schools, but then decided that he would put himself in scary situations, like weird situations, just to see what would happen for the art of it. So that's why he joined the cast of General Hospital, and then he wanted to make a art piece on being in General Hospital. I don't know. Look up Mark Maron's WTF. James Franco.
Wait! Ow! My cat just attacked me. Ow! She's holding on to me, biting my arm. Get out!
So is my 4-year-old. Ow! Get off me! I'm just kidding.
Now she's clamped on and still won't remove. Okay, we get it. Wow. Yes, you're a cat.
Pay attention to me.
It was because I was petting her, you little rat.
She's mad at you. This is mad. See, you have mom guilt
all
too.
Because of that laptop.
You're drunk. Drunk Weens, episode 12. Here we are.
The wiener gets drunk.
Yes. No, so James Franco, I like him, but now I don't, because then, like, all these stories are coming out from these actresses where he was kind of taking advantage of their lowly status. Like, I don't know, maybe not, but, and he had some indie film where there was, like, an orgy scene, and he would remove their plastic covering during oral sex scenes, and they didn't want
merkins.
It. Is that what it is? And
have you heard of a merkin?
Yeah, it's like a pubic wig, right?
Pubic wig.
I'm right. Yes. Still got it. Still with it. The hip mom over here, Suburbia. Yes.
The hip mom knows the mouse knows a merkin. The mouse knows a merkin.
Mouse, I'm a merkin mouse. Hey.
Jerkin merkin.
I'm just imagining like a naked mole rat dancing around with a little merkin on. And a glass of wine sloshing around. That's me.
Oh, you are the naked mole rat. She's naked. Have you ever gotten naked and danced around?
I tried to do like a strip dance, like sexy thing for my husband, and we just laugh at everything, so it just turned into a big joke. I can't. No, it doesn't work for me. How about you?
That's funny though. What did he say? He
Nothing.
started
Just tried to
giggling.
be like, is she trying to be funny or is she trying to be real? And then
Are you trying to be real?
Yeah, and he went with, I think she's trying to be funny. He just laughed at me.
But how did you do it? Did you do like the minute she walked in the joint?
Yeah, no.
Did you do one of those like on the door frame kind of thing?
Right. No, I think it was probably like late 90s, so I threw in some Sade and, Sade, how do you say her name?
Sade.
Yeah, Sade, and unbuttoned my shirt slowly and probably tripped and had trouble getting off my shoes.
Love.
I'm sure I didn't plan it out. I'm sure it was very stumbly and yeah, so that's the laughter.
Drinking?
Perhaps.
Probably.
Don't know. Don't even remember. Didn't even try again. Like, that did not go well, so let's just, like, figure it out later. Yeah.
Doesn't that happen in relationships when just one thing just doesn't quite hit it the way you would hope? And then it just, we're not going to go there.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. You're going to have to get out your sexy strip teases somewhere else. That was very sibilant.
Shucky strip tease. Let's grab our asses. Braces are good. Wait, so back to James Franco. Tell me about what happened in the breakfast place.
Oh, it was great. I ate a burrito next to him.
Didn't say anything?
No.
See, so this is the thing. You just kind of leave him alone, or you could have gone the other route and gave him a big hug.
That could have happened, and then it would have been really weird, because when someone's just eating a breakfast burrito and you come up and give a big hug, I think it would be awkward. It's probably very situational.
Yeah.
Such as the time I was at a bar and ran in... Why I can't talk... I cannot just speak English today. When I run in... I ran into Aziz Ansari.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Of course, I go, did you go to blank high math? Were you in my blank high?
Nice.
How do I say
nice. Way to
blank
lump
high.
him in. Your math class?
This is getting math class. And he was like, because I'm Indian. It's like, oh, I remember you're on a TV show. Sorry.
Oh, man. Did you recover? Did you guys talk after that?
It was just a real brief thing, and then I got embarrassed, and then he left, and then his buddy's like, yeah, people kind of recognize him, but they don't really, because he wasn't super famous then. This was like 4 years ago. And they go, yeah, he gets that all the time. Kind of like half famous, not famous, you know.
Oh, my God.
People think there is a neighbor, or I know him from a...
That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. I don't know, my read on him is he's a little bit cocky. And so that might have put him in his place a little bit. Do you get that? I don't know why I get that. I think he's just like, he thinks he's all that now. And he ain't all that.
No.
Says this mom over here with her wine in her hand. Not all that. Sorry. Have no idea.
I worked with him once. He was nice. He was a sweet guy. But
he was?
Yeah, he was nice. He was just humble, nice guy.
Oh, all right.
There goes your theory,
so
drunk
much for
mom.
My theories. Yeah, geez.
No, he could be very cocky now. You're very correct. You know, I hope that he's sitting around talking about us right now too.
Hell
this is what I always think about when I think about celebrities, like them sitting around talking about those girls they once met, which doesn't ever happen.
Girl that ran up and hugged me. Tell me about someone else. I want to hear about. Remind me of the Matt Dillon story. I forgot about that. I remembered it kind of, but not really. My memory is shot, by the way, so just keep filling me in with things.
Oh, I got Me Too'd because it was a guy, I'm not going to use his name, but he was a production assistant. This is when, it was like 1994 or something. We'll just say his name was Royce, because it was.
Royce?
And, Royce.
Nice name.
Roy. I could say something stupid. I was gonna say he rolls with his name. It's so dumb though. I've so far said really stupid things today.
That's
But
okay.
Anyway, I met him. He was working on a film called Golden Gate, starring Matt Dillon. This is like in '94, and
Did it ever make it to
he,
the screen? I've never heard of that.
I think it did. Yes.
Oh,
So we'll look that up later.
right on.
And then I said I wanted to work on movies, and he said I could probably get you on set. And I thought it was for a job, but he said you should stay at my house since you live so far away, and then we'll go early in the morning. And I said great. And then I was so young, I was probably like 17, something really young. And he suddenly didn't have a couch anymore. He said I had to sleep in his bed because he had a roommate, and it would be awkward if I slept. And then I slept in his bed and was like fully clothed on one end of the bed. And then he goes, I hope you don't mind. I sleep in the nude.
Oh, Royce.
And then Royce is not choice. And then if I remember correctly, there was a little hard brush up in the middle of the night. And I think I just stayed like totally, rolled over on the other side.
I am a deep sleeping little fetal mouse. Do not touch me. Oh,
yeah,
no.
So then the next day, I think I met Matt Dillon, and then somehow I ended up at the wrap party. It might have been that night. It might have been a week later. I can't remember. But I ended up at that wrap party, and it was at some bar in San Francisco, and we played pool, and I was like all over. I think I was drinking whiskey shots and just being a crazy little barfly girl, and like stuck my hands in his pockets, and then and then we made out.
What?
But I was really, yeah.
I didn't know this. I think you left that detail out. Dude.
And he liked me because I was super young.
Yeah, right?
He was probably kind of young too, but then, and yeah, I remember it was gross though because my friends came and picked me up, and I guess I was kind of like out of control and like, drive me back there. I gotta go see Matt. Because he invited me back to the hotel.
Oh.
But I didn't go, and I got my girlfriends to pick me up, and then they were like, no, you're too drunk, you're not going back there. Then I ended up throwing up, and I remember I threw up, and there was blood in it. That's what I remember.
My god.
Oh, because I was drinking Long Island iced teas, which were really harsh.
Wow.
Isn't that gross?
Awesome. That is a sexy story right there. That is like my old Matt Dillon fantasy come true. Wow. I'm glad that happened. Who was the girl? We should give her a little shout out. Whoever saved you. What
my
girlfriend
friends? It was Jen from New York, and then Cindy. Or Jen lives in New York now, and Cindy is
Thank you, Jen and Cindy from Weens, big sister, for saving her from being
and then
Dylan baby mama.
They were Dylan, and I do remember this. I was drunk, and they came and picked me up in the bar, and I introduced them as my lesbian lovers or something, and he was like, all right. And then Jen got really mad at me because she was in love with him from The Outsiders and Rumblefish, and she got so mad that I called her a lesbian in front of Matt Dillon.
She wanted to be straight so she could have a shot with him, or...
I guess, yeah. I mean, it was kind of rude of me. I think I thought it was funny, but... Wow. Anyway. So
hijinks.
Hijinks. Now, is this story kind of sorted? Do I want to?
It's all good. No, it's this. You know what? This is all in the past, and everything is alleged. These are alleged memories. Nothing really actually happened. So we're disclaiming that right now. But these are our funny memories that may be embellished a little bit. There you go.
And sister and I also, we went to the Conan O'Brien show. Would you like to tell?
I don't remember it. No, Conan. So that I couldn't remember what late night guy it was.
The Hungarian tourist.
Yeah, this was when Weens was going to acting school in New York, and I came out.
The Stella Adler Conservatory, if anyone knows that.
Stella Adler.
Marlon Brando went there. Robert De Niro went there.
See?
Harvey Keitel.
Harv. Good old Big Ween Harv. That's right. And...
Big Ween.
He has a big one. Big,
Says who?
big honky donk. Just Harvey Keitel is well hung. There's that famous scene where he's frontal nudity. Harvey.
When?
I don't know. I don't know the movie, but I know that's his claim to fame. Look it up.
Oh my gosh.
Hot Night Tonight, Weens and Harvey. You have, you have that nice pedigree from Stella Adler. That's no joke. That was like the
I
real
didn't mean
deal.
to date. I was just throwing it out because sometimes names with associations are exciting because people go, "Oh, I know that place." Or
That's true.
There. But continue your story.
Yes.
So we went to Conan.
I don't remember. Fill me in.
Okay, I for some reason remember only celebrity stories, nothing about my childhood.
See, I'll fill in the childhood.
there you
You
go.
do celebrity stories. Good.
Okay, so we went and stood in line like you do over at the old Rockefeller Center, the 30 Rock building of NBC, and you stand outside and you do the whole wait for your tickets, and then you have to come back a couple hours later or something like that. And then
And
we
it
went
was
to the
butt
show.
cold. Like, I only came at
So
Christmas
cold.
time, so it was like negative degrees. Yeah, crazy.
Yes. Crazy. And then we went and saw Conan O'Brien, and the special guest was Limp Bizkit. Remember those guys? Forever. And afterwards, because my sister, Mouse, that was the first time in New York, so we were really living it up, and we decided to wait outside for the celebs to come out.
That's
and
right.
George went from the hit show Cheers.
The hit.
Was also on the show.
Hit show.
Hit.
10 years,
Hot
20 years
hit.
ago. Yeah.
20 years ago. So he was in a play on Broadway called Art, I think.
Yeah.
So anyway, he comes out. So then this is what happens. We waited for like an hour and a half in freezing cold to see George Wendt. So, and then George Wendt comes out and we go, hi. And he said, hi. And then he gets in a car. And then Mouse looks at me and she goes, well, George went. That was it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, that was great. And then,
it.
but thank goodness we waited for Went because this is getting all very confusing. Wait, Went, who, where, Went?
What, who, why, where?
Yeah. So we waited for Went and then try to say all your W's. It's fun when you go, waited for
That
Went.
reminds me of our grandmother. She was very proper with her white, where, when.
Yes.
She was, Martha Stewart-y, WH's. I love it.
That's really nice. We had a good, educated grandma.
Yeah, look what we're doing with it. Yeah!
Oh,
Farts and
yeah! Burps and farts! Celebrities! We're ding-dongs. All right, so George went, right? So,
George went.
And then he went, and then guess who? And I have my video camera. We have this on tape.
Do you?
Guess who comes out?
Do you still have
Yes.
it?
No, of course not. Don't ever leave me with anything because I lose everything.
Did it get mildewed in the garage? Oh.
I'm sure it's sitting out there, sitting in 4 sheets of water, or whatever you call that. Because I am not a good archive. I'll shoot it and I'll capture it, and then I promptly lose it or it disintegrates. So
I'm sorry.
that's funny.
4 sheets of water.
I don't know. She's
That's
drunk.
what
I love
got me.
this.
That's what got me.
You know
I'm
what?
Sorry.
I
don't know.
love it because suddenly you're really funny around Mouse. She loves it. Look at she keeps going. She can't stop. She cannot stop. All you have to do.
I really have to pee right now too. All right.
Do you?
Okay. After George went, what happened next? I can't remember.
Limp Bizkit singer comes out. Fred Dermage or whatever his name is.
Durst.
He's like a
Durst.
Fred
Did anyone
Siegel?
ever
What's his
follow up
name?
on the connection with Kristen Durst? Are they related? Is there a Durst thing going on there? Look it
Double
up.
Durst.
Double Durst. All right. So he came out, but do we know? No, because that was their big debut song. It was like the first time they had hit the charts, and they were on the late night circuit.
Like that. Oh.
And we were like, who is
Something
this
about a
Limp
cookie.
Biscuit? What is this stupid name? Why does anyone care? This guy's a hobo, and
they sing a song. Their hit song was something about stealing a cookie or something.
oh,
Do you
really?
remember?
No.
I ate a cookie, and someone's gonna eat it. It's gonna be your mother. I'm gonna steal your cookie. It was some like cookie stealing
All right,
song. It
I'm
was
googling
great.
limp Durst. Oh wait, limp Durst cookie. Wrong words, but that's okay.
Go
I'm
look
gonna
up
go with
look up cookie lyrics.
limp
Limp
Durst
Bizkit.
cookie. Okay, Nookie. Oh, I did it all for the Nookie. Yeah, the Nookie. Right. Okay, I remember. Yes, yes, yes.
Wait, what happened to the cookie?
It's in there somewhere. All right, hold on.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, looking at it.
I don't
Oh,
remember song lyrics very well.
I did it
Why
all
don't
for the
you
Nookie.
read?
Come on, the Nookie. Come on. So you can take that cookie and stick it up your yeah, stick it up your yeah, stick it up your yeah, stick it up your. There you go.
So
Highfalutin lyrics, folks.
these guys are not doing so well these days. But I
Cookie
hope
Nookie.
that they're okay.
Yeah, right. What up, Fred?
Right?
Kristen's
We hope
brother.
the best for everyone. So he comes down and he looks in the camera and goes, and then walks off. And then
Ah.
we're standing around and talking to the drummer. He had very big eyes. He was a little guy with big eyes. And then he was like, Mouse decides to, like, chat him up. This is your moment to like, chat
Really?
with a celebrity. Yeah, you were like, so, what do we do in this town, Manhattan? And he's like, what? And then, are you guys going anywhere cool to like an after party? And he's like, yeah, I think we're going to,
See?
well, then who knows
Look how
what he
cool
said.
I
Yeah,
am.
you were really cool. You were chatting up the drum guy.
John Otto?
then-
Is that his name? I just Googled it. Big
Look
eyes.
and see if
Does
he looks small with big eyes.
He's got a very round head. If I were to
Yes,
say
I
he
didn't
looked
wanna
like
say that.
anyone, he looks a little bit like a marmoset.
Like Fred Savage a little. Like it's
Savage!
he's very sweet. He's
Okay.
a very sweet man.
John
Yes.
Otto. Okay. Why don't I remember this? Can we discuss what is wrong with my brain?
Can I?
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're drunk.
Oh.
And then there was this guy hanging around, and he had like one of those real wispy Eskimo like jacket, but the hood with the wispy stuff, and he had long, scraggly blonde hair, and he just had like a little pointy nose, and he kept like just lurking a little bit behind the auto guy, and he was just like lurk, lurk, lurk. And then he was lurking. He had lurked when George went. He was just like lurking around. He kept lurking in the circles. And then I remember going, who is that guy? And you're like, I don't know, but he's like hanging around doing weird things. It's like standing there looking scraggly haired. And I was like, I don't know, maybe he's like a weird Hungarian tourist. He can't speak English. Like we had a whole backstory for him. And then he was standing there by the auto guy. And finally, we were like, who is this fucking guy that's just lurky lurkerton? And then you were like, hi. And he was like, hi. And then we're like, and then I think that was it. It was another really exciting interaction with these celebrity types. And then he ended up talking to Fred Durst, or whatever his last name is, and guess who that Hungarian tourist was? Do you know? Do you remember?
I don't remember. No, this was way
Mouse!
too long ago for my head. What?
It was Kid Rock.
Oh, this is the Kid Rock story. I remember.
You don't remember any
him
of
being
this?
in New York somewhere. Okay. Sorry. I'm not connecting. Kid
You
Rock.
don't remember the Hungarian?
Is the Hungarian tourist? Yes. Thank you. Oh, see?
And then
Brushes with fame. We could have been famous. We were right
Brushes
there.
with fame.
Oh.
You're right there. But the problem that we both have is that we make fun of people and call them Hungarian tourists instead of being nice. And we don't get anywhere in our great careers of art that we both.
See? So, oh man, all these missed
Anyway, so that's what happened.
opportunities.
And then we ended up, instead of meeting them at the weird club, we decided it was, didn't we go to the Scarlet Pimpernel?
How do you remember these things? That's awesome. I have no idea. Zero. I don't even remember New York pretty much. Like,
Do you remember the time of the guy masturbating on the subway?
that I remember. That was a little PTSD inducing moment. Yes. Was this all on the same trip? I went twice. I visited you 2 years in a row, I think, right? Or
That
no?
was the time we went. I was trying to entertain Mouse. I get very nervous when people come into town that they're not going to have fun. I have
Aww.
performance anxiety, so I'm like, we
Aw.
gotta go do all these things. So we went to Lucky Chang's, which was
Yeah.
Madonna was famous for going there. It was like a
Big drag show, right? Like the big famous drag show.
you go eat Asian food, and it's a big drag show. And we brought the there. I said we should do something like New Yorky famous, and we went there. We ate food, and then the sickest. Do you remember the sick person and the sick song that they sang?
No.
Okay. Holy balls! You don't remember? Okay, so
I mean, I know it was like salacious and like woo, wow, that was crazy. But
it
I don't
was
remember
the
what it
song.
was. Can I go to the
Let me just
bathroom?
give you-
I'm gonna walk to the bathroom with this. Is that weird?
Oh, she is drunk.
Here we go. All right, but I
wish you were talking. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking after this story, and then we're gonna talk to you. But here,
No.
So there is a large woman.
Okay.
Who's secretly a man and dressed
Drag.
up beautiful.
Is that what that means?
Beautiful drag, and singing the song. But I'll just tell you what I remember.
Okay.
Poking my butt with his fingers.
Oh my god.
He was itching my balls with his tongue.
Oh my god.
Poking my butt with his fingers. Tearing my hole up
Oh.
with his dong.
Oh.
Tearing my hole up.
You've got it. You sang
and
the whole
we-
song.
It was, I made up the first part. I can't remember exactly. Except for they were tearing holes and
my
dongs and fingers and tongues. And I just remember, I look over at my sweet sister, who, this isn't really your world. And you were just like, I just remember she looked over and her face was disgusted. And she goes, ew. She just went, ew.
This is my first foray into the gay world. And this is what it's all about. Okay. Oh, Wrigley. My dog I went to the bathroom, got back on the bed, and the dog jumped up at the same time I was leaning forward, and we just hit heads. Wrigley. Aw, sorry, puppy. I have a big old hairy golden retriever that loves me and smiles and licks and sniffs, and he's my little shadow. Hi, Wrigley.
Aww.
Good boy. He's smiling right now. He's so happy I let him in the room. Poor doggy. Oh my gosh. All right.
Okay, now
and
you
I heard
cut-
Lucky Chang's closed. I don't know
yeah,
why I
think
know
it
that.
did. All right.
Okay. Yes.
I'm being very controlling right now with the story, but
Go,
I would like
yes.
for you to tell what happens when we ride the A train home.
Okay. This is a stretch. Fill in the gaps because I don't remember everything. Really. Like for real.
Okay.
But what I feel like what happened is after this, we went to the train station, subway station. We're having fun, trying to figure out where to go. Got in a car, any car, wherever, and
Subway.
headed home. Yeah, got in the subway car, like the section of the subway. And we're heading back to your house, and we're sitting, kind of in the front of the car, and there was like a guy kind of in the back of the car that was wiggling. And
Okay, wait. We were in the very.
I don't remember.
Okay, we were in the very, very back subway car.
Yeah,
right?
it turned out we
were,
chose
like,
the
late.
very last cab.
We chose the very last. Like, never do that. 2 girls alone in the city at 3 a.m. Don't do that. Bad idea. Don't sit in the last freaking subway. And it's like Alphabet City, whatever. And we jump in the last subway car. I think it's because we were like running late. And we ran and just jumped in.
Yeah.
But we didn't know to like keep pushing up each train. So we just sat there. Yeah. The newbie, like, whatever's. And so we're in the back of the very back. And there's this man, and he literally had on a brown trench coat.
Yes,
kind of like
yes.
our
There was
last
a trench coat.
episode.
Yeah.
It was an actual, like, 1970s brown, like, Inspector Ding Dong trench coat. Like, totally
This
stupid,
is 2 episodes in a
cliche.
row that you brought up brown trench coats, by the way.
I try to work in the phrase brown trench coat into every story. It's a conversational. Doesn't it kind of pique your interest? Brown trench coat.
Brown trench coats. Brown.
Doo-doo-doo.
Oh my god.
And I also think that if we should probably talk about if everyone had a theme song that followed them around, what would yours be?
Oh my god.
Like if you had theme music, like when he walked in a door, like would it be or would it be like
Mine would be like bum ba bum ba buena 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 bum ba dum ba buena buena bum 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 buena. That's mine.
the grossest song. That's a baby elephant one.
Right?
That's so stupid.
That's me. Just
I
happy-go-lucky, feet out, heels heavy. Anyway, sorry. So we're in the back car. Homeboy in the brown trench coat starts wiggling, starts working on something in his lap, starts moving, starts grooving, and finally
all right, but let me
stands
just
up,
cut in again.
right?
All right, but I just want to tell you our dialogue, because we're like, what is that guy doing? And it looked like he had a piece of silky fabric that he was playing with. So we thought he was just a gentleman playing with a piece of fabric on his lap. We're like, what is he doing? Is he sewing something? Is he crocheting? We're like, what is that? Because it was like it just looked like, just imagine a hamster rolling under a piece of silk. That's what it looked like. So we're like, what is that? It was all confusing. Didn't think it was anything weirder than a hamster rolling under silk. I just want to interject that.
Just a little hamster silk massage.
Because I remember that because it turned out that his hand was in his pocket. And that's why it looked like a little knuckle under
Silky
fabric.
Hamster. Oh.
Yes.
My God.
And then we look closer. We're like, what is he doing? And finally, it was, oh, beep. Sorry. That she goes, oh my God, is he? And then he stands up and pulls out a giant horse dong.
Yes.
And starts jerking it.
Yes.
But he comes towards us.
Yes.
So now
Walking
he's about 10 feet away. Giant, long strokes.
Yes.
He was a large African American gentleman.
Yes.
With a large ding dong.
Very large.
And he started stroking it, and we just, what are we doing? Part I can't remember.
No, can I just tell you what happened was right at that moment, we got to our stop, and I think we had been shopping. We had a bunch of bags. This part I remember. And the doors open, and we're like, oh! And we, grabbed all our bags. This guy was, standing up. We're grabbing our bags. We're dropping things. We're not realizing where we are, what's going on. And the doors effing shut on us. And we
were like,
didn't get our shit together in time to get out of the car. The doors effing shut. And we continue on with the Dong Reaper coming toward us with his fucking silky hamster out, and we had nowhere to go. And that's when I was like, oh, shit's on. And I started banging on the doors and the windows, screaming, help! Help!
Did you really?
I didn't care. I was like, I don't care what a fool I look like. We are going to die by hamster dong, and I cannot go that way. And and then it was like a quick stop, and we got to the next stop and just jammed out of there, right? Am I remembering this right? This is how it is in my nightmares, so that's what I remember.
Yeah, it was, I remember that now. The door opened and closed like a horror movie.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that we were taking so long. It was like a weird faulty door thing where
it was super
we're
fast.
like, let's jump for it. And then it opens, it just goes,
yeah.
and right in front of us.
Yeah, it was he had a little remote control in his other pocket that he was closing the door.
So he had a sewing kit in one pocket and a remote control in the other. This guy really comes prepared.
Oh my God, we laughed because nothing happened, but holy shit. And then we found out that there were symbols on the middle cars of all subways, showing, hey, ladies, come hang out here because there's security guards right next to you. So, if you're a single girl in New York City, sit in the middle of a fucking subway because hamster dongs hang out at the ends, and you don't want that. That's a bad situation. That was so scary. I remember being like, dude, my little sister lives in New York. I'm going to get her brass knuckles and like a gun, and that was scary. That was really scary. It sucks. It sucks being a girl. It sucks knowing that physically, like, your muscles can't overpower a man. You know? Do you ever think about that?
Yes.
Like,
well, I always think I'm tough, but I never get in situations until it's like your husband wrestling with me or a boyfriend or something, and then I realize I'm not as strong.
Right.
And then it sucks. You just feel like this helpless ding dong. Why do I keep saying ding dong?
That's a good word.
Like I only have one word to use.
No, it's so true though, because it's this out of control feeling when you know what you want, right? We're strong women. We can say what we want. We can work hard for what we want. But then when it comes down to the physical part, we cannot muscularly do what we want if we're ever in that sort of situation. And that sucks. And that's the scary effing part that no guy's ever going to understand. No guy, unless you're like in prison and you're, 5'2" up next to a 6'4" guy, would understand that there's always that underlying weird, like, animal instinct thing where as a woman, you're going to be overpowered. Yeah, you are the rabbit, they're the wolf. It's like you are the prey.
Unless, there's those weird, or there's the anomaly, I shouldn't say weird, but anomalies of women who train martial arts. And I mean, there are some people that could
1%, 0.5%. Yeah. Like, who does that on a daily basis? Yeah, like, that's what's tough. That's what, and I do try to teach my kids that. I've got 2 boys and a girl, and I tell the boys, ladies first. And I'm trying to teach them to be little gentlemen because they have an upper hand and women don't. And they need to recognize that from an early age to take care of their women in their lives because it's just how the cards fell. Is that a phrase? That they got the muscles and the girls didn't. And so they need to help take care of them. Period. End of story. There's just nothing you can do about that side of it. Like, you can work as hard as you want. You can be the most badass intellectual, educational, I can't talk, but the muscles, it's purely like physical muscle. Anyway. Yeah. That bugs me. And so, when my husband and I goof around and wrestle and he pins me down and I get crazy, like he'll hold my wrist down and think it's really funny and cool to hold me down, I freak the fuck out. I freak out. I cannot handle it and like, let me go. And he doesn't get it. Yeah. I don't know if any guy will, but. And
you do get especially, you get mad.
I do. I know. It does too. Oops, bleep. Sorry. Okay. She is really protective of her brothers. So when my husband's goofing around with the boys and like is just wrestling with them or play fighting with them, whatever, they're boys. She starts hitting him, my husband. She starts wailing on him, Dad, stop it! Dad, stop it! And she's banging on his back and hitting him as hard as she can. She does not like it. It's really weird. It's funny. Aww. I know. And I don't know.
That's something that's just in her innately. She's a diplomat.
She's in a little mommy. She wants to take care of things and take care of people. And yeah. And I think I was like that too. I never liked that either. I was like, protection.
You were much more motherly, and you like to babysit, and you like to hold the new cousin babies, and I had no interest. I wanted to. I remember like hairspraying one of the poor cousin's hair because I wanted her to look like Sid Vicious, and then I got the hairspray in the eyes, and it was like I had no reverence for.
Give me a
no. You know what it was? No, it wasn't a cousin. It was my. Sarah, my friend, was babysitting a little baby, and I went over there to help her, and that's what I did, is I wanted to give the kid a mohawk and sprayed the kid in the eyes, and they started crying, and I was like, oh my God, and I was an awful mother, and I realized...
You're the best auntie. Are you kidding? You are so sweet to the kids, and... super fun and loving, and you do take care of them. You figured it out. That was just you being a teenager. You're fine.
Maybe that was just being, okay.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
But I never had kids because I was always worried that I would not step up to be a great mom.
No, only because you, gave Papa Rat pneumonia, Like, no reason not to have a kid. Do you remember that?
Because I shaved the rat.
Yeah. You felt bad
Gave
for our
the
pet
rat a
rats.
mohawk.
We had pet rats. We had a mama and a papa, and they had babies. And you felt bad for them being stuck in a cage, like flashback to my hamster story. And you let them out to roam free and put them in our bathtub and then filled the bathtub up with a little water because maybe they'd like a little dip. And then shaved the poor guy and made an R on the top of his head. You shaved him into an R
weird.
for rat. And then he started sneezing a lot and got pneumonia, I think, and died.
And died? Are you serious? This
Yeah,
makes me
not
feel so
serious.
bad.
Not serious.
Because I'm an animal lover.
I'm
I
serious.
love animals.
I know.
try to.
Well, you thought
But
you were
I
doing the
always-
right thing, besides the R part. Maybe you just thought
Besides
that was
shaving
funny.
an R, that's weird.
You shaved an R under
That's
his head.
weird.
You were practicing
not
your
funny.
technique. Maybe you were gonna like go be a
Yeah.
shaving artist. I don't know.
Mohawk starter?
Yeah.
What does that even mean? Oh, no.
That was the hot
Hey,
thing
are
in the
we-
90s. We had all our high school buddies shaving like class of 92 in their heads and
Yeah, they were doing the fades. It was like kid
Right.
and play. It was hot.
Vanilla Ice.
Coolio.
Ice.
Come on,
Ice
millennials!
Baby.
Look it up, you jerks. Just kidding. We like you. Subscribe to the show. Hey, we should probably end this, right? Are we?
Yeah, we're at
At
the
time?
end. We are definitely. Yeah,
This is
okay,
the
so
end.
everybody needs to like, subscribe, download, do all that stuff, tell your friends. We're at mouseandweens.com. I am the mouse.
I'm the ween.
That's right. we're on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all good things. So check us out some more. Wow.
Will you talk us out with the drunken poem Mouse?
Oh
Just
my-
make up anything that rhymes and make it about 1 minute. Ready? Go.
All right. 12-12. We've got some fun going down into the knees of the funny one named Trills and Bills. We've got our time to find the place that's yours and mine. Loving, having, trying fun. This is what must be done. Thank you. Don't know, but it's Mouse and Weens and Mouse and Weens.
Mouse and
Weens and Mouse and Weens.
Weens. Bye-bye.